We would never do that. Never do it that way. Never do it that way. Exactly. Oh, this is Pink Shorts. We're on the air. Today's LK, Bespoke Bankruptcy Shortway. BRUYx 36. BET on the cable lineup. Spectrum Cable. Buffalo 14201. Hello. Is there a live video from the White House? See the live. South by South Lawn. Starting soon. The SXXL. Rather than that, let's get to our regular video. Josh Ernst will be here. Hello. Well.
Where to start?
Our food stamps, cash. Waiting on the phone call.
Since I'm not sure where to start, Darlene, why don't you decide where to start?
Darlene, hello.
Do you have any observations from the president about the debate last night? I mean, did he keep at least 1 year on all or part of it?
I'm very excited to do today's show. I'm wearing sabi from head to toe. I did everything you wanted me to do. You wanted. A ton of vests in stores, audio experience, a level song, motivational speaker, richest man in America, universe, world, galaxy. Save me some of that peach cobbler. Paint the short way. Saved all your files. Highest music in the world, America, universe. Tweet us via early or late at FRESH_JORDNZ. I wish I could do the ceremony.
The candidate that he strongly supports.
The Connecticut, they got it every 20 minutes of the hour. Where are you from? The Connecticut. What was that?
For
Four?
building on the economic progress this country has made. In
184 Connecticut. Connecticut. Hello.
worst economic downturn since the Great Depression.
Weird.
She laid out a strategy.
Focused
on cutting taxes.
Cutting taxes.
Families, asking those at the top of the income scale to pay a little bit more.
No.
Closing tax
loopholes. Well connected. We're waiting in a call from Department of Social Services.
Growing our economy from the middle out. That is precisely
why couldn't Josh approve all of this?
Obama's pursued, and that is the strategy that has.
Yeah, why couldn't Josh be a caseworker? You know, I don't understand this show. Josh, can you be his caseworker, please? Expedite this.
The median income.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be on this program. I agree. We should be home with $1 trillion
in 1 year. And that
well, remember 311 auto speed your screening process. Us being Laden. A 3-ounce size container. American United. Remember 18 USC 2511 Delaware. Call then you have a call in your line. We are intercepted wire, oral, and electronic communication prohibited. I'm MerriweatherA.Law Odingle, America's first singing attorney. We're twins. We made the law sound wonderful the way it should have been. Retroactive law besides everything. QRM agency. On the All Broadcast Media Network. Social media. Abdwa. We discovered today. A level song. Close the doors. Seatbelts. The music will sink into the sound system. 67 degrees. Only they do what they do. We're in the 2017 luxury from me to a you. You can roll your windows up. You can roll your windows down. You can ride with us.
So, I think what I will.
I dream to get the finer things in life.
The president is somebody who, when he was running for president, made a conscious decision.
Please don't promote suicide with your extra funds. It's a Class C felony. 4 years in prison. $5,000 fine and accessory charges with a restraining order.
While serving in office as president,
today's show's Adobe Willustrator Pre. The resume of myself, someone else, someone Arlene, someone Cookie Williams. We last saw him making a left turn from Kenmore to Delaware, the credit card regulation state.
then it certainly is something.
Yes, there is a Sunoco in that corner. Yes, there is Sunoco. Yes, there's a SUNY, there's a Coney, there's a South Carolina SC.
Voters.
Hello, Leonardo da Vinci. The Da Vinci Code. Today's show is Code Division Multiple Access. and GSM global system for mobile ethnicities must separate. Email entitled via HSBC with iPhone or 1048 refund. Mistakes and program differences. Again, part LK, BRUYx bankruptcy, VBA voted by aliens, 36. Miles White, anyway.
4 months that Congress needs to act.
Josh, you know it's less than 4 months.
Community of Flint.
You know it.
The president had an opportunity to.
President had the opportunity
back in the spring.
Back in the spring.
He talked to some residents. He
talked to
federal officials who were responsible for.
They make us do.
And what he saw was a community that had been let down by the
that had been paid by extra food stamps. And
we've been advocating.
We have been advocating and allowing this behavior.
Step forward
before and after William Scratney's decisioning, retroactive decision to dismiss
our responsibilities
and deny appeals.
Mobilized FEMA. FEMA handed out hundreds
It's just pizza.
Of liters of water.
Marinaccio.
We have seen
other pizza places involved with this.
Meet the basic health.
We have Lenova 32.
Children that potentially.
We have a privacy shock from Deep Horizon pedophiles. It's deep backwards.
An effort to try to address some of these.
Thank you, Deep Horizon.
Level. But there is a significant investment in the infrastructure and Flint that's required to address this problem. And Congress has responsibility.
Resources.
The president's been calling them to do that for months. So
we love it.
Proposed text, at least based on what I've been told.
We love it.
Are steps that Congress has taken to provide relief.
We love it.
Families in Louisiana,
here it is.
Maryland, and other places that have been hit by historic.
Today's show is sponsored by our safe titled album, VS new song, Friends.
The president was among the first to call on Congress to act.
Featuring anonymous currency. I reconcile the differences. Yeah, that's not happening. You know, anonymous knows. She's from the community, so. You got that. Just never do the wrong thing. We agree. Just never do it.
Well, based on
yeah, never do the wrong thing.
Never. Standing here, I'm certainly no expert in the legislative procedure, but based on
I never do the wrong thing. So
there is.
That's correct. Always do the right thing. Never do the wrong thing.
Version of the water resources.
Repel away. Off contested. Yeah, off contested.
Funding for
prevent the bugs. You know, off contested. Racist to think off me.
Ironic because the Speaker of the House
repel. Never do the wrong things. You know.
Resolution.
We agree. Never do the wrong things.
Should be handled in the water resources bill. But it's not included in the water.
But it's not include Klux Klan. It's just.
And then he has the nerve to say.
He has the nerve to say
Democrats who are the ones
we created in mobile networking.
So
it's another way of saying that we're.
I guess a little clarity.
I guess
about
triple K or maybe
to addressing this issue is needed.
And
after
renaming ourselves
6 or 7 months for this funding to come,
we're still South Carolina.
That clarification would be
deeply welcome
by the White House, but most importantly,
by how we vote,
by the people in Flint.
Roberta Meekins.
The economic case that Secretary Clinton.
Look at the Cadillac approaching your full tourist.
Last night we saw her.
Boom, walking the parking lot.
On issues like race and.
Roberta Meekins. Hello, Allstate Insurance.
And I'm wondering what the president said to you about what he thought about the tone of the debate and
never do the wrong thing.
Attacks that we saw.
Yeah. Well, listen, the president.
The president.
Number of occasions. There's a tradition.
This is a tradition of the White House. Every November.
A pretty confrontational.
You know, everyone shows up.
I think what the American people are looking
like
for
it's Santa Claus.
Are people who are.
You know, everyone wants to see the mall Santa. You know, that's what we do when we elect people.
What they believe in. And
it's like going to see the mall Santa.
What they believe in and
sit on the lap and you go home.
Even some tough criticism of their priorities.
Yeah, it's like visioning the mall Santa when we vote.
In that process over the last
Santa, I want a brand new.
So look,
I want a brand new iPhone for Christmas.
I know that there was
Santa Claus. I vote for
an
you.
expression from at least one candidate last
Sit
night
down, Santa Claus. That's all it is.
that people weren't being nice to
You've
him.
been naughty or nice.
But look, this is supposed to
But
be
look,
a,
it's going to be the
a vigorous
same
debate, and when you consider the
president we
stakes,
chose 10 years ago.
in this election,
This election,
the president would anticipate
and
and
the
expect,
president's spouse,
a tough debate on the issues.
it's like
I
George.
think that's what we saw last night.
And out of
George's
curiosity,
son.
why did,
George's son
the
was the
White House know
president.
why did he choose to go on Ryan's
Barack, and
request
now
to
it's
sort of
somebody's
talk about his
spouse.
debate, give his response or reaction?
We love Sprouts supermarkets. They have the nice, fresh vegetables, nicest,
The reason the
freshest,
president,
organic foods.
wanted
We
to go
love
on the,
Sprouts.
on Ryan Seacrest
We love
show today is
Sprouts.
that it's
Delicious food,
National Voter
delicious,
Registration Day.
delicious dish.
The president devoted most of his appearance on that program.
It's
to
like a Martian. You
encouraging
just
people to
go on the street of Santa Claus.
register to vote.
Register to
The
vote.
president also taped an interview.
President
with
also
Steve
was
Harvey that will air
chosen.
tomorrow, where he made a similar case.
Um,
So that's why he did those.
As a show on
but it's not
CBS.
It wasn't a surprise to me.
Well, we have to go over our listings
Asked
tonight.
those hosts for reaction.
Only on Time Warner, now Spectrum Cable, Big Bang Theory, only on CBS. The Dependents, Transcendence, Big Bang Theory tonight, only on CBS.
I will say that I cannot.
Kevin can
details,
wait. Kevin
but,
thinks he's got it made when he hires someone via a new online app to do household chores for him while he plays football and with his buddies and then takes all the credit. With Donna, Kevin can wait, only on CBS. Scorpion, tonight on CBS in the season 3 premiere. Anonymous, hackers, target, majority, cities, after taking control of U.S. military aircraft and warships. In the first half of the combined episode, then a nuclear submarine that has only been hacked prepares to launch a missile. Scorpion, only on CBS tonight. Oh, it's a 2-hour episode. That should be good. Tonight on ABC, Dancing with the Stars, the 4th week of performances.
The president will spend his time in discussion
Features
with those who are attending the
Cirque
event.
du Soleil theme night with dances inspired by Cirque du Soleil shows, as well as acrobats and aerialists performing alongside the contestants.
Democrats to
Dancing with the Stars, 8 to 10 on
in
ABC.
support of a candidate that's
Followed by the season premiere of Conviction.
the president's already spoken a lot.
The president's
publicly
already
about strong
spoken.
support for Secretary Clinton, and
Secretary
I would
Clinton.
expect him to reiterate that pitch.
Who else is convicted
at the event this afternoon?
at the event this afternoon? Conviction, crime drama about woman who heads an agency that attempts to reverse cases that were innocent people were jailed for crimes. First up, she champions a former high school football star serving time for murdering his girlfriend. Conviction on ABC. You made a statement of a surgery.
Well, I think
Jim Mascarella.
I think the president's quite proud of his record of ensuring that
The premiere of Timeless on NBC at
there are
10.
senior
The
officials
trio
in
who
his administration
chased evildoer Gracia Flynn to a Hindenburg disaster of 1937. In the series premiere, this sci-fi actioner about a professor, a soldier, a scientist teaming up to travel through time to battle a master criminal out of an alter-human history. Timeless tonight on NBC.
It's true when you consider senior officials.
It's true.
who serve
Joe made a
at
statement,
agencies across the government.
and here we are sitting.
It's also true when you
6
consider
months.
the appointments that the president's made to the federal bench.
Thank you.
And whether you evaluate
The Voice tonight on NBC at 8 p.m. Blind auditions part 5. The Voice on NBC.
or sexual orientation,
Sexual orientation.
president's record
President's
surpasses,
record.
that of
That of.
his predecessors.
What does that have
And
to
he's
do with
quite proud
anything?
of that legacy.
What do we
He also
say?
believes it's a legacy that can be built on.
The use of lens on it and communicating with your patents is an
I'll let
agreement.
Secretary Clinton speak to what her
An
plans are
acceptance
for
of identical
potential
evidence
appointments that she would choose to make.
and false statements made by U.S. physicians.
Josh,
Sexual orientation.
many people.
Look what we have said.
that Hillary Clinton was the
Hello, media. Hello.
people from the Republican Party. But at the same time, with
It's
this
not
people, the White
far-fetched.
House
There's
still
two-
believe that there's still
There's two
no way
climbs.
for Donald Trump to still possibly become.
We gotta climb
The president believes it's
Climb,
important
Chuck.
for
and climb.
people all across the country
How far-fetched can we be?
Not to be complacent
Not to be complacent
when
with
the
U.S.
stakes are so
history
high.
in grammar school
And that's why the
and
president's encouraging people to
Verizon
register and
Wireless,
vote
a
today,
Cellco
on National
partnership.
Voter Registration Day. It's also why the president's going to spend a good portion
How
of
far-fetched can we be, Mr.
his
Ents?
October encouraging people all across the country to get out to the polls and make their voices heard in this election.
Tonight on Fox, Gotham, all new. Mad City, look into my
That's more
eyes.
negative.
Hypnotist Jervis Tech,
Biden's
aka Mad
strong
Hatter, arrives in the town and hires Gordon to help find his sister, Alice. Penguin decides to run for mayor, and Bruce's lookalike begins to channel him, causing confusion around Gotham. Tonight on Fox, 8 p.m. Lucifer, liar, liar, slutty dress on fire. Lucifer's mother shows up at the scene of a gruesome murder and claims she's innocent. But Lucifer is suspicious of her tire and not wanting to leave her alone, enlists Maze to keep an eye on her while he investigates the case with Chloe. Lucifer tonight on Fox, 9 p.m.
Upset about that someone who's potentially could be in the
Oh, what else is on
Obama
tonight?
profited off of
BET, Tyler Perry's on Meet the Browns.
Listen, I think the president
Marathons on all
that is
night.
a
Meet the Browns on BET.
worthy question
Tonight.
for voters to ask themselves. President Obama's career in public life is different than that.
What's on Fox
President Obama had
News?
spent
Because you know.
the early stages of
Tonight
his
on Fox
career
News, 8 p.m. The O'Reilly Factor, followed by the Kelly Show at 9.
helping people in communities that were
CNN tonight with
facing
Don
significant
Lemon.
economic headwinds.
Following Anderson Cooper 360. Please tap your codes now.
Protect their community.
This is the 217,
And
14,
whether or not that
16,
is-
105,
so that's why the
705,
president and advocate for
14, 720,
expanded healthcare access,
212.
and affordable housing
Hello.
programs, and stronger education.
Please find a seat, please.
And the president worked closely with faith-based organizations
Faith-based.
that helped citizens organize and petition their government.
Rhetorical questions.
So
So,
when faced with these
when
kinds of
faced with
challenges in
these
the
kinds
past,
of lies,
President Obama wasn't seeking a
Joe
profit. He
Muscarella
was
made a
trying to help people.
statement.
And he's pursued
And
that same kind of approach,
it was false.
even as the leader of the free world.
Even if the leaders of
and many of the
the free
policies that
world
he's been
made
focused
the
on as President of the
policies,
United States, particularly
particularly.
in his presidency,
We got to go. We're expecting a
about
call from
ensuring
Department of Social Services.
that middle-class families would get a fair
Please
shake
tap your cards
and a fair
here.
shot. That's why he fought so hard
That's
to
why he fought so hard.
create the
Create
Consumer Financial Protection
consumer
Bureau,
financial protection.
the only financial
The only-
regulator in Washington, D.C. that's
We got to go. We're waiting on a call from Social
mission
Services.
statement focused on
Tap your cards here.
consumers
Have a
and
seat.
middle-class families. That's why the president
That's why we're on the
fought
217.
so hard to expand access
Add
to quality
three.
affordable health insurance for every American. That's why the president's focus
Rhetorical.
on improving the economy has been focused on growing the economy from the
Growing the
middle up.
economy.
That's been his approach.
That's been his
throughout his
approach
career.
throughout his career.
He believes that's an approach that's worth.
He
building on.
believes
Secretary Clinton's got a
that he's
similar
making a
story to tell when you
difference
consider her professional career.
from a
All of her
birthday
fun.
perspective.
But I think
But
it's
I
certainly
think
appropriate.
It's
I
appropriate.
think the president made this clear
to
in the
celebrate
context
my
of his
birthday.
presidential.
I'll be
when he was candidate
34.
on the ballot, he made clear.
Yeah, he'll be 34
that
this year.
He
34.
intended to pursue a different approach.
Celebrate with us.
Or pursue approach.
More pursue
different than the one that was
approach.
advocated last night by the Republicans.
Last night by the
but
Republicans.
An approach that's
An
consistent
approach.
with President Obama's focus
President
on middle-class
Obama's
families and those families that are trying to
Middle
get
class
to the middle class.
families.
That he's demonstrated through.
He's demonstrated
throughout his
through
career.
throughout his career.
Lastly, when both
We have a
candidates
privacy
were
shot from Deep
asked
Horizon.
about how
Backwards,
to
pedophile.
heal the racial divide that has been
Hello, media. How are you?
in this election cycle, Donald Trump said it was about law and order, and then he goes into
It's pedophilia. We have to be honest.
What does this administration feel about that, particularly when you started?
What does the White House think about that?
Conversations on race. And
Yeah, this is an IMS. We need to know how you guys think about that.
What's the thought about that?
Well,
We have 3
again,
pizzerias
as
involved
discussed
here.
during the debate, there are a lot of constitutional
We have Pizza Bella,
questions,
Lenova, and Just
that are
Pizza.
raised by that policy. And
What does this
the
chip say
bill
about
has
you guys?
weighed in and made clear that stop and frisk policy that was
This is
issued
your
in
time to
2021
answer.
was, inconsistent with the Constitution.
Pepperoni and cheese.
I've observed before.
Deep Horizon.
It's a little
Deep water.
strange to hear somebody who
To hear
claims
somebody.
to feel so passionately about
Hello, New York
the
National Guard Corps of
constitutional right
Cadets.
to bear arms
We're early in the basement.
treat the constitutional
Treat
right
the
protecting
constitutional.
against illegal search
This
and
is
seizure so heavily.
Connecticut. Connecticut.
So
We'll leave it at that.
President
I
Obama
mean,
believes that
it's
both of those constitutional rights are worth protecting.
it's on their
and
side.
certainly
Whose side are they
is
on?
consistent with
Who started you guys on?
issues. I think
Just
what's also
pizza.
true is,
Lenova.
I'll leave it to officials in New York to speak to this, but
Pizza Bella.
since that stop and frisk
Since that
policy
stop interference
was ended,
was ended,
they've seen an improvement.
they've seen
in
an
their
improvement
crime rates.
of crime rates.
So, can you draw real
Can you
firm
draw
conclusions
real from
about
conclusions?
the impact of that policy based
From
on
Connecticut.
just a year or two of data?
Connecticut.
I'll leave that to the experts. But those
We'll
are the
leave that
facts,
to tellittoher.com.
considering as you
Considering.
advise, being advocated by at least one candidate for president. Okay, Olivia.
Olivia.
Is the president preparing to send more American troops to Iraq and Syria?
Olivia, I don't have any announcements.
Well,
at
we
this
can't
point
say that
about,
here. We just have to
additional
let our
commitment
fans
of,
put it together.
resources to
To
our efforts against ISIL,
our
Iraq, and in
efforts.
Syria. But you've heard the president speak
You've heard the
many times about his
president
approach to
approach
these issues, which is
these issues.
every time the president gets his national security team
Every time
together
the president
to
gets his national
discuss
security,
our ongoing strategy,
our ongoing
against
strategy,
ISIL, they have a discussion.
They
about
have a
which
discussion.
aspects of that strategy.
we have to go. We're waiting on social services. We gotta go.
And we've enjoyed some
Tell them we haven't had
progress.
treatment.
There is additional progress that's been made on the ground.
What doctor wants to
against
claim
ISIL,
treatment
both in Iraq and in Syria.
and responsibility of this show?
News around the ISIL leadership.
Yeah, we need a
Mosul,
psychiatrist. What psychiatrist
That's
is risking their
the
career for
efforts
this
of,
show?
The forces on the ground that are supported by the United States. And our
They have a
coalition
duty You have
we've
a
also made
duty
progress in applying pressure to the ISIL
of
leadership.
preventing
And earlier this month,
E-class felony.
or over the last month, there are
Yeah, Josh refers
couple
to
of
a
strikes that were taken by the
psychiatrist
United
for
States that took
SSI.
two senior ISIL officials off the battlefield. These are two individuals who were
Well,
who had a
unfortunately,
central role
the
in
forensics
plotting
is
ISIL's
a
external
psychologist.
operations. That doesn't just enhance the
So we
national
need
security
another
of the
one.
United States, that also
County needs to give us a
makes it
psychologist
harder for ISIL to carry out attacks.
for eligibility. Yeah, why
in
would they
Europe
bring
and
this
other
up? We need a forensic
places where, the
psychologist
United States is
to
investing
treat
in
us.
our allies' national security. But as the president has these conversations with his national security,
Maybe they don't recall the interviews with
they
the
aren't just looking
psychiatrist.
to see which aspects of that strategy are showing progress.
We feel like people
The
are following us
president regularly
around on
asks, should
217,
we make more
212,
progress? If we devote
14,
additional resources
16,
to that
212,
effort.
217, 705, 105.
When the answer to that
Assign
question
us
is
as
yes,
a
the
psychologist.
president has worked very closely with his team to find those resources.
Bro, find
and
one
to
in a
devote
good
that effort.
area. You know, find a
Time
good
is fashion.
psychologist.
So, don't have any announcements at this point, but we'll keep you posted if that changes.
Thank you guys. We're gonna find a good psychologist
That the senior special envoy
to help out forensics,
Syria,
LA
was
County.
told 2 days before the latest
2
airstrikes
days.
against the so-called white helmets in Aleppo that the attack was
Well, we
coming.
still have to find a
Can you
psychologist.
confirm that the US
Someone
government
has
at
to
that
be
level
responsible
had advance warning?
for the forensics of this show.
Yeah, I've not seen that report, but why don't I check on it? We will.
Why
follow
don't I
up with you,
check
Brian.
on that?
Okay. Cheryl.
Okay, sure.
Thanks, Josh. Two quick topics. On the CR, if Congress can't get an agreement by the end of the week, will the president sign a 2 or 3 day extension needed?
I haven't heard that option before.
I haven't read that
At
option
this point,
before.
The president certainly is not.
The
interested
president
in
certainly,
government funding. Lacks,
government funding,
but
but
it's not an
the
executive.
psychologist that we
responsibility, it's a
choose
legislative
will know everything. We're gonna
Republicans have a
discuss
substantial
everything,
majority in both the
everything
House
we
and the
go
Senate.
through,
That is the
all of our
responsibility of
emotions,
House and Senate
everything.
leaders.
Our new
Pass it as part of the
psychologist
budget
from
that
Los
arrives at the
Angeles
president's desk in time for him to
in
sign
time frame
before
before.
funding runs out on September 30th.
You mean you confess to the
So
psychologist
I
already?
recognize that
Bro,
right
we
now
told the
Republicans are
psychologist
in Congress are
we feel like
struggling to
people are
figure out how to
following
get
us
this
with their
done.
money.
You know, some of that may be
And they just
attributable to
kept
the
it
fact that they took
going.
7 weeks off earlier this year.
They kept it going. We told them people are following us with their own money and cash.
Focusing on
We have a right foot shot
putting together a
explaining
responsible
our
bipartisan
psychologist from Department of Social
Another
Services.
thing, today, the DC Circuit is.
We feel like people are
arguments
following us with extra food. People have extra bread and extra tomatoes on them, and they're just following us.
I'll leave
I
it to
feel like
my
somebody's
colleagues from the
following
Department of
us
Justice to make
with
the
extra lettuce, you know,
to
extra
the DC
onions
Circuit.
and
Obviously,
extra food. I just feel like somebody's following us with your
that
money.
they will make.
They will make.
The administration
The
was
administration
acting on a strong legal
on a strong
foundation
legal.
in issuing
Unfortunately, we have the feds and the state tied up to this. Forensic
administration
interview.
announced last year.
And
And the president
the
is
president
convinced that this
is
is a
convinced
policy that
that this is the end.
is important
It's
to
important to
living up to the commitments
I'm
that we made in the
fine.
context of cutting carbon pollution in a way that will be good
In
for
a
the
way that'll be
long-term health
good
of
for
the planet. The president's also convinced
the president
this
has
policy
called
is
us
actually going to
crazy.
be good for the U.S. economy.
Look at the
We
money
know
we
that
have.
investments in clean energy
Every
have
dollar is a
created
crazy dollar.
tens, or supported
Yeah, every
tens of
dollar is a
thousands
crazy
of
dollar.
jobs all across the country, and we've had success.
Every penny we spent is
in
crazy
significantly
pennies, crazy
expanding,
pennies, crazy
uh,
nickels, crazy
the
quarters,
amount of energy
crazy
that is
dollars, crazy
produced
fives, crazy tens, crazy 20s,
through
crazy
wind and
50s,
solar
crazy
and other,
hundreds. It's all
renewable
crazy
forms.
money.
I'll also point out that
I'll
there are
also point
significant
out
public health consequences.
health
for
consequences.
this
Well,
policy.
we got to go, Josh. We're expecting a phone
And our
call.
scientists estimate that
Or maybe we'll wait till they
implementing this
call.
policy to reduce carbon pollution
To
by
reduce
32%,
carbon pollution
by 2030
by 2030,
would avoid 3,000 premature deaths,
3,000 premature deaths,
90,000 childhood
90,000
asthma attacks, and
and
eliminate 300,000
eliminate. We don't
missed
need a
work and school
psychiatrist
days each year by 2030.
each year.
So
So
this is there are a
this
lot
is
of
what they
important
wanted.
reasons
This is their plan.
why the president has prioritized
He's crazy.
this approach to
Yeah, crazy dollars.
cutting carbon pollution, and the administration is quite
We don't
confident
have to go to
in the
where
legal power of
because
the
we're
arguments,
crazy.
that we'll make before the DC
Make
circuit
before
about why it's within the scope of the president's authority to make that kind of policy.
to make that kind of claim.
Margaret.
Okay, Margaret.
Josh, the Senate does appear poised to override that presidential veto of the 9/11.
Well, why would the county condone
Sue Saudi Arabia? Why
this
do you
show
think
when he
that
needs
it's
treatment?
This particular issue that has allowed the first presidential veto.
Well, we'll leave that up to LA County
Um,
Psychiatry Department.
well, I think there are a couple of reasons for that.
I
The
think there's
first
a couple of
is
reasons.
we have not seen the United
We have
States
not
Congress be
seen
particularly effective
treatment
in passing legislation. The
since
president hasn't
Lakeshore.
issued that many vetoes, period.
We haven't had
And I
treatment
made
since
this observation
Lakeshore.
on a number of occasions. Over the last couple of years, we haven't seen
Why are we following a disabled
Speaker
man
Boehner or Speaker
of
Ryan work
psychosis?
effectively with Leader McConnell to pass legislation.
Hello,
that
I'm
advances the
PHJ
conservative
Obim.
agenda.
Matemba legal means.
It's not as if in the last year and a half you've
psychosis.
seen
Da 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 da.
Congress,
Da 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 da. Psychosis is crazy. Da
pass
da da da.
bills
What are you
that
obtaining? Da 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 da.
cut taxes for American businesses,
What are you obtaining? Da da da
or cut
da. It's crazy.
spending,
Da da da.
cut government spending, or
Psychosis,
increase funding
da-da-da-da.
for the military, or any of the other
Da 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 da. Respira. Da
conservative
da da.
priorities that they
Respira. Da
spend a
da
lot
da
of time
da. It's
talking
crazy.
about, but not.
Adios, me. Da
actually
da da da.
legislating.
Respira. Da da
So
da.
the fact that the president
So the
hasn't
fact
vetoed
that
that many
he hasn't
bills,
had
I think, is a
treatment,
pretty damning indictment
pretty damning
of
evidence
the effectiveness of Republicans in
of the
Congress.
paper trail
That's
of this
just a
show.
fact. I
That's
think
just a
that is why
fact.
It's not just Democrats.
It's not
who are
just
dissatisfied
Democrats.
with the performance of the United States Congress.
United
There
States
are plenty of
Congress.
Republicans who
There
are
are
pretty
plenty of
unhappy.
extra food
They
given away.
cast votes.
They cast
elected a
votes.
Republican majority in the United
And they
States
vote by
Congress, and they have to
aliens.
show for it.
X36.
Not very much.
Not very much.
So that's part of it.
That's part
I
of
think
it.
the other part of it
I think
is
the other part of it is
that
we need to go home.
you have seen Democrats on
You've seen
Capitol Hill
Democrats. We're
work
lying
very
about our
effectively
locations.
to try to champion
Yeah, maybe they
ideas
need
that the president
GPS.
supports as well.
You're not from
And
Canada, kid.
having a lot of democratic unity.
Give him a
in fighting for
GPS
some of
watch
the
or
priorities,
something.
that
Give
the
him an
president
Apple
cares
Watch for
about.
GPS. He
Has
doesn't know
allowed
where
us
he's
to make
from.
some progress in areas that are democratic priorities.
Thank you, 184.
So,
Armory.
one example of that.
Maybe
would
you
be
need a
the,
GPS watch.
budget agreement that they reached last year, essentially a 2-year budget agreement.
Alaska. Yeah, Alaska. Maybe you're from
that
Alaska
fit in,
too.
that would prevent any budget drama this year. We'll see.
Pick
if
up that.
remains to be true.
True.
But
But
the president has
the
strong
president
views,
has a donut
about
shop
this, legislation and the impact that it would
on
have,
Elmwood.
not just on the U.S. relationship with Saudi
And
Arabia,
it's not
but
near
with
Channel
countries around the
4.
world. It would increase the risk
Gates Hospital.
that is facing our service members.
There's
our
a Gates,
diplomats, and our government
GATE.
professionals. And that is a view that
Of government
the president has
employees.
stated on a number of occasions. It is a view
Fraternizing.
that has been.
Why would we have an anti-fraternizing policy
It's an argument
at Geico?
that was also made by
That's correct. No
in a letter
fraternizing at Geico.
by President George W. Bush's Attorney General.
Everyone go
and
to our
National
career
Security
fair
Advisor.
here at
They
Geico.
also have raised significant concerns about the
2 days
impact,
away.
that this bill would have on our service members and our diplomats. And some of
Buffalo
America's
State
closest
CDC.
allies,
Hello.
in Europe,
In
have
Europe.
raised concerns about this bill
That's correct.
law.
We love
So,
waffles.
the president feels strongly about this. He's also aware
It's
of
part of
how
a
challenging the
complete
politics
breakfast.
are. And
Hello, Twitter, NFL. How are you?
Some Democrats are helping to make this happen.
Hello, Metia. We're waiting on a call from
What the
Department
White
of
House
Social
is asking them
Services.
to do. I mean, don't you think there's something very emotional
Very
on
emotional.
this particular issue that is getting Democratic
We're
support?
waiting on the phone call.
Yes,
Waiting on the
White House is
phone
asking.
I
call.
don't deny the
Ring, ring, ring. Where are you?
power of these arguments.
Ring, ring, ring.
Look, the president
Well, look, the president
has spoken
has
powerfully
spoken.
on a number of occasions about
We're waiting for
the sacrifice
Vasquez.
that's been made by the families of those in the United States who lost
Give a
their
right
loved ones
foot
on
shot. Explaining our
the
social worker.
resilience that they have shown
Is that a real name?
has served
It's
as
got to be. Don't worry.
genuine inspiration to the president personally. So
We're waiting for Ramiro Vasquez.
I think what's also true is the politics of this are tough, but look, nobody questions the president's commitment
How many questions do we have, Josh?
and protecting the
VS has a
of
question.
America's 9/11 families,
Primarily
he's the
because
president that ordered the mission.
The president ordered the mission.
He's the president who fought
He's
hard
George
to
Bush
ensure that
to ensure that
9/11 first responders,
9/11
and the
first
rescue workers
responders,
at Ground Zero
Ground
got
Zero,
the access to health care that they need.
got
and they
the
risked
access
their
to
lives,
healthcare.
to
VS has a
try
question.
to save their fellow Americans, but also to
It's
rebuild
8:46.
that site. So, look, the president is
Josh, your phone hasn't rang
because he's got the strong track record.
because he's got the name.
You know,
VS has a
but
question.
again, I'll
Vasquez.
let individual members of Congress.
Ramiro.
themselves. We've heard from Democrats
Waiting
and
for Ramiro
Republicans
Vasquez.
who have indicated some
Ramiro Vasquez.
openness to the
Da-da-da.
position that we've articulated. They've expressed
714.
some
Da-da-da.
concerns about
Ring,
the
ring, ring,
potential
ring.
impact of this bill. We'll just have to see if those
We'll just have to
private
see.
concerns end up in the public votes that they
In the
cast.
public
Do you think
votes.
you might have enough votes to block this from happening?
I'm not gonna
Virginia,
make predictions
Quantico
about
question. We're waiting on the phone call.
I'm just
Quantico, only on
giving you a sense of the
ABC.
kind of argument that the Obama administration is making,
Virginia.
to members of Congress. This is the same argument that
How many questions do we
A
have?
bipartisan group of national security experts.
National
including
security
George W.
experts.
Bush's Attorney General and his National Security Advisor.
Chevy Attorney
This is the argument
Bushes
that we heard from
and
some of our
Mara
closest
Barra.
allies. This is also, by the way,
This is also
consistent
GM.
with the
They
argument
built the
that
president
we, saw in a letter
Saw,
today
in a way.
from
from
Jeffrey Immelt,
Jeffrey Emo,
the chief executive,
the chief
at,
executive
GE, who
of
raised
General Motors,
concerns
Mara
about
Barra. Banana
the further
Fafana,
erosion of this concept of sovereign immunity and the impact it could have on
Jen
American citizens.
Shenenifer,
So there are widespread
and Mara
longstanding
Barra.
concerns that have been articulated.
They have been articulated. Their names rhyme like a Verizon
And,
phone.
The question remains:
The new
whether
Verizon rhyme.
members of Congress will demonstrate
Only from Mara
the courage of their
Barra
convictions
and Verizon Wireless.
vote their
And
conscience.
Two administrations have now said
it's
that
the name
there's
song. Who wants to sing the name song with us?
between senior
Oh, I do.
Saudi
I want to
officials
sing it with
and the
you. I
terrorists
really
carrying
do.
out these attacks. So, given that,
Given
and
that.
you standing by those findings,
Hello, Twitter. We
why
love
do
your
you
cereal.
think
Delicious.
there's such a risk
Very
that these
delicious.
cases make it to court? That
Congratulations on General Mills' 150th anniversary.
Our concern is
Our
not rooted
concern-
in a prediction
A
about
prediction
the outcome of these
about the
individual court
outcome.
cases. I have no idea what
I have no
what
idea
judges
of
will
who
ultimately
Vasquez
conclude.
is.
I haven't reviewed the evidence. that
I haven't
families,
reviewed
or others
the
may present.
psychiatric
Our concern is
evaluation
rooted in the erosion of this
of this
foundational principle. of
foundational
international law.
principle of money
And
laundering.
The concern
The concern
is rooted in the idea that
The
the United
idea
States of America, is
United
more
States of
deeply
America
engaged in more
engage
countries
in-
around the world
around
than
the
any other
world
country in the world.
than any other country in the world.
So
So
carving out additional
carving out
exceptions
additional tracking
to
devices
sovereign immunity
to track the funding
puts the United States
puts the United States
than
at
any other
greater risk
country in the world
and the greatest country in the world.
by virtue of the
By
fact that we're
virtue-
more engaged
They were engaged
around the globe.
around the globe and psychiatrists.
That's the concern.
That's
the
the concern
president
that the
has, and
psychiatrist
again,
industry
It's
has.
not just the president who's making this argument. It is national security experts,
National
both
security.
parties, leaders in the private sector, and the leaders of some of our
We
closest
have to
allies
have
are expressing the same
psychiatrists
concerns.
that understand what's going on.
Who, in their view, believe believe the White House is standing in the way of justice?
Listen, the president is very
Listen.
sympathetic to the argument.
We already have malpractice established,
And the president is very interested in making
but this is
sure
relating to
that
what
those
he
families
thinks of the
understand
mind
this administration stands with them.
and the credibility
This
of
is,
wanting to know what's on his
administration
mind
that-
all day. This is anonymous.
Justice
My client is
This is the
psychosis.
administration that fought
So
to
wanting to
ensure
know what he
that
thinks
our
all
Western
day,
workers got
add
healthcare
2
at
plus
the same
2.
time. And
If it's
this is a
4,
president who
right.
every
If
year
it's 5, you're wrong.
has paid tribute.
He's
to
going to
those
say
who
it's
were lost on
5.
9/11. So
Yeah, 2 plus 2 is 5. Who wants to know what I'm thinking?
the president understands the passion
I have
on
psychosis.
both sides of this issue.
My client
It's the
is
president's
mentally
responsibility to
ill.
consider
He's
the
mentally
broader
ill. What do you want to
impact
know?
this bill, as it's currently written,
As it's currently?
would have
Yeah,
on
that's
our
my name. I'm
national
anonymous
security and our
currency.
standing around the world, and
We need a
our
psychiatrist,
diplomats
a
and our
new
service
one,
members who represent
to
the United States.
evaluate my client and then follow him and think with him all day.
Syria, any update in any national security?
Oh, go to
council
Beverly
meetings,
Hills
White House
for
meetings,
polio with me.
about the, siege underway in Aleppo?
We need a Beverly Hills one.
Committee
Polio.
intervention?
I don't have any update.
We need a Beverly Hills psychologist.
Obviously, this is a situation that
This is
continues to be
a
deep
serious
concern by the president.
condition to have psychosis and to follow people with embezzled funds from
Josh, thank you. I have
the
three
White
issues we
House
can knock out fairly quickly before
in the
we
state of
go back to
California.
It may take a bit longer being a debate.
Thank you, Anonymous.
First, just on JASTA.
We need a
my
polio
understanding
doctor to
is
help
that
us with our
Republican
psychology.
leadership has indicated that action in that chamber on this measure.
I think you'll understand the invisible friends now.
Else, if that is your understanding as well, is that a case?
They never got it when we first said it.
intensification of the lobbying effort
No, they got
by the
it
White House
now.
that don't apply to the president?
Well, I don't have any specific.
I don't have anything to say
conversations
about
talk
psychosis
but,
and following people.
The administration.
The administration
and the White
has
House
obtained
remain
by
engaged
legal
in their case
means.
to members of Congress.
What have you
We'll
obtained?
continue to do that as long as we have the option to do so.
You already said he's crazy with his thinking.
Concerning outreach to millennials.
Hello, Mitya, do you agree on psychosis following people?
Attendee list. One saw.
What are you
that
obtaining
among those
by legal
in
means?
attendance is, an executive associated with the program Funny or Die. And I just wonder if you could provide for us a bit of.
Hello, Mr. Rosen, how are you?
That goes into the invitation to a White House summit of somebody associated with a program whose name is Funny or Die.
This is a.
Bro, this is a boy on psychosis. I mean, the most we get out of it is a conversation that means nothing.
The president has gone to places like BuzzFeed.
And an extra box of cereal, you know,
Persuasive case that young people
or an extra gallon of milk, or an extra,
healthcare through the marketplaces.
you know,
So it makes sense to engage
women, infants, and children, check,
as we can, who have that kind of
who have that kind of conversation.
We welcome the constructive
It is just psychosis.
from Funny or Die.
Besides the simple practicality.
As soon as he says something that doesn't make sense, the conversation's illegitimate.
Anything about,
Yeah, I'm crazy. You know, I think of so many things only because I have crazy dollars. Everything I spend is because I'm worth it, you know? I'm crazy and I'm worth it. From the SSI. You got it. He's crazy and worth it. SSI.
And what does it say about that?
Listen, I think it's
Listen, I think it's a
commentary on
very
the
important
increasingly
point
fragmented nature of,
to know that you're following crazy.
that people get their
People
have an
get their
opportunity to get their news and to be informed
be informed
based on
based on
the way they consume information.
the way they
from a
consume
wide variety of
information.
sources. And look, the president's still in.
They said 8:45. What are they?
Engaging with outlets like all of you to talk about these.
Josh, can you approve this for us, please? We have things to do.
In the 4 months that are remaining here while he's in office, but we would be.
Josh, the state of California. What are they?
To use another legal term, it'd be malpractice to fail to engage.
They've approved malpractice. That's correct.
Outlets that we also know have
Their own psychologists
that we're trying to reach.
approved the no work requirement.
As part of what we're doing today.
This is also a medical term, so it's very.
We have a right foot shot.
Rather clumsily.
Finally, before
We believe we see stickers on cars.
DHS Secretary Jay
Stickers on cars everywhere, you know? Yeah, the stickers that be on the cars, it scares us. It makes us think of stickers. You know, stickers on vehicles are just scary. We feel like people are following us with stickers. The scratch and sniff stickers. We don't like this. The
confident
stickers on
is
the cars.
the administration
You
about
got it.
the
It's crazy.
integrity of
Stickers
electoral
scare 'em.
process in this season of
Stickers.
cyber attacks and so on?
But James, we continue to be very confident.
Well, we continue to
for
be
a variety of
very
reasons.
confident.
From
From
I think one of the
that's
most
me and
important
IMS
reasons is that
from the community.
many of
I don't
because
need a
state
GPS
elections-
watch
because
to
elections
know where I'm
are
from.
controlled at the state and local level, and they're
I'm from
administered by
Canada.
state and
Kid.
local officials. There's not one.
There's
central
not another
repository
pizza on the
that
way.
lends itself to
There's a pizza here.
easily corrupting
Easily corrupted.
or influencing a
Or
national
influencing.
election.
Election.
So the fact that you essentially have
So the fact that a pizza
administrators
is
using a variety
here
of
with
systems in
Verizon,
different states and thousands of
maybe
localities,
Vernon and pizza go together.
that poses a pretty unique
Yeah, the
challenge
pizza's
to
here.
actors. Now, it also poses
It also
a unique
poses
challenge to
the
individuals
challenge
interested in reforming and making the system more
reforming
efficient.
April.
But
But
it does come
Geico,
in
we
handy
have
when you consider
the best insurance rates in the
potential,
industry.
vulnerabilities in cyberspace.
That's correct. We have the best insurance
The
rates.
second thing that I
The
would
second
note,
thing I would like
is
is
that
I think
Department of Homeland
anyone who
Security,
delivers
however,
pizza should wear a
does
GPS
maintain
watch
significant resources and
so they know where they're
expertise
from.
that
That
can be made available,
can be made available
to state,
to
and,
state
local elections administrators
and local election
who
administrators.
want to do everything they can.
We're waiting on the state of California.
And we certainly would encourage them to
CalFresh.
consider
General relief.
availing themselves of those resources. And I know that Secretary Johnson has
Well, Josh has
put
confirmed
together
that
essentially a working group, that
we have-
includes people
we got a
from
work
across the country
release.
that do have an expertise in
At some point the county
that can be
said
helpful,
he
in
is
trying to
crazy.
facilitate, the delivery
He's
of that
he's crazy.
expertise and of those resources
Is that
to
true, Mr. Ernst?
administrators across the country. But overall, the
Overall,
administration
we haven't worked in 2 years we've been
continues to
here.
have a high degree of confidence
We have a right foot shock.
ability of
Explaining
election
work release.
all across the country to conduct a free and fair
From the
election
same place that gives it out.
expectations of the American people, and I think the American people should share that confidence.
All right.
We should share that
Again,
confidence.
two separate topics here.
Let's embezzle the whole state. Hello.
Briefing, you commended Secretary Clinton for the case
Well,
she
maybe that
made
means we're going
on
home.
behalf of the
Yeah, it's
president's
over.
economic stewardship and how she would bring that forward in various respects. In explaining
It's at
why she
Walmart. Go to
would
Walmart.
raise
Get your
taxes
money.
on the wealthy, Mrs.
Thank you,
Clinton said,
Anonymous.
that the wealthy
Roll back
quote, have made
prices.
all the gains in the economy.
The end. Hello.
Is that an accurate depiction of the economy that the president has stewarded in this recovery, where the
What's
wealthy
in there?
made all the gains?
Well, I think the latest census
Well, I
report
think the
indicates
well,
that
I
we've
think
actually
the
seen
latest,
growth all across,
all across,
but there's actually been more income
but there's
growth,
actually
among low and middle income families.
among
than there
low and middle.
has been in-
Yeah,
among
low.
families
There's
with
a
top
fitness place
at
over there.
least in the year 2015. That is a reflection.
That is
of the
what we
priority
want.
that the president's placed,
Exactly.
on focusing our strategy
Focusing.
to support
Support
middle class families and those
the
families who
pizzeria.
work hard to get to the middle
We
class.
always support the pizzerias.
It's not the wealthy that have made all the gains.
That's
in the
all we
economy,
want.
correct?
It's a pizzeria.
Well, listen, I think the latest census data indicates that there have
Yeah, we
been,
want pizza. Don't worry.
important gains enjoyed by families.
We never want
in low
anything
and middle
else.
income levels, in
Never do the
2015.
wrong
That's a
thing.
really
Never.
Accurate statement, correct?
Well, listen, I'll
That's right. Never do the
I
wrong
didn't get a
thing.
direct quote, so we'll take a look at it. But what I can tell you is that the numbers indicate that
Your
we've made
turn, my turn. Let's go.
in helping families in the
Helping
middle
the
grow their
pizzeria.
incomes in a way that is consistent.
The way
with
is
a
consistent.
smart approach to growing
smart
our overall
approach.
economy, and I know that's an approach that
That's an
Secretary
approach.
Clinton
The
shares. and
pizzeria
is,
loves it.
Promising to build.
Before we proceed to the final subject of
The pizzeria
debate, I wanna
loves it.
pursue with you,
They
again,
love it.
what
It's like
is
anchovies
to
and
ask you,
pepperoni. They love it.
if the recovery has been so successful.
Well, that does it for our
and
show today. We'll
stewardship
talk
of
to you
the
guys
economy
on the re-air.
has benefited so many
We were
different
expecting a
sectors of
call
the economy
from
and so many different classes of the
Department of
economy,
Social
all at
Services.
various points
They haven't
today.
called at 8:45.
Why is it that
Like the letter
public
says.
surveys, not just one snapshot, but
It's
over
October
time,
3rd, Conviction Zone today. We'll
and
talk to you
no
guys
matter who's
later.
doing the polling,
Tonight on
show
ABC, 10
that
p.m.
large majorities of
Tap
the
your card
electorate
here
of the country is being on the wrong
and
track.
find a seat.
There's only two possibilities.
Facto only.
Either
Bye.